Hey guys, welcome back to One All's Pub. Well, in the bar top in front of you, you see a Spyderco Junior guest blade here at One All's Pub tonight. A friend of mine gave me this to sharpen for him. I didn't give it to me to keep. He gave it to me to sharpen, and I have done so, and I'm going to give it back to him tomorrow. But before I do that, I wanted to show it to you guys. If you're unfamiliar with the Junior, it's a great little knife, really neat EDC knife from Spyderco. Made in Seki City, Japan, VG10 steel, black G10, Spyderco's proprietary compression lock, which parenthetically, I was having a discussion in the comments of another video with one of my viewers, and we were talking about how Spyderco, this should be kind of Spyderco's hallmark lock. This should be their go-to lock, much like the Access lock is Benchmade's go-to lock. It seems to me that when Spyderco has the impulse to put a back lock in, which they seem to do a lot. Obviously, Sauglesser likes the back lock, but I think when they have that impulse to do a back lock, they had to look at doing a compression lock instead. That again, it just seems like it should be their first inkling is to say, hey, can we put a compression lock in this? If we can, let's do it. If we can't, then we'll put something else in it. If the design doesn't fit for a compression lock. But I think that would be cool. I think that if that was kind of their calling card. It's such an awesome lock, and it's completely theirs. It's patented by Spyderco, by Sauglesser. So I just think they underutilize this lock. It's such a cool lock. Could really be their signature lock. You see it on the paramilitary too, and on this knife, and on the Lacey Zabo folder, the Yojimbo too. I guess the Super Hawk and the Super Leaf it goes on. I think there's a couple others I'm missing at the moment, but you get the idea. When you consider the sheer volume of models that Spyderco puts out, the compression lock's actually pretty underutilized in my opinion. They could really put that in a lot of other models, I think. And like I said, it would be kind of cool if it was their calling card lock. Again, like Benchmade uses the Access lock in that manner. But anyway, sorry, that was kind of a sidebar on the compression lock. But back to the Junior here. It's designed by Alex Dinescu. He works at Spyderco. He's an in-house designer. I think he does something else there too. I don't think he's just a designer. I think he has some other job at the factory there as well, but he designs knives too, and he's got several models or designs out in the Spyderco catalog. Whenever he does put them out, this is kind of his signature, his calling card. Is that really catching a lot of light on this VG10 blade here, but you see that Dial X there. That's his maker's mark, I guess you'd call it. As I said, it is VG10 steel, and it's made in Japan, and VG10 is a nice steel. I'll tell you what, a VG10 is it's an easy to sharpen steel. It's a nice to put an edge on it. Polishes up nicely. Doesn't make you work real hard to get a nice polished bevel. Look at that, very nice, and just blisteringly sharp. And for the Apostle P, they have a nice little sharpening choil for you there. I know you'll like that, and it even works. I was able to get back there and get that sharpened all the way to the end, so that was very nice. Fun blade to sharpen because it's got a lot of belly. You could really get some good sweeps on it on the wicked edge, and like I said, it took to the stones very nicely, and gave me a really nice edge on this, a really nice polished edge, and just a sharp edge on this little sucker. Anyhow. The pocket clip's the cool Spyderco wire clip. My friend has bent it out a little bit, and I don't think that's on purpose. I believe he caught it on something. I was tempted to try to bend it back a little bit for him, but really, I don't know. I think I'll just let him work. He has his knives. He does everything except sharpen them, really. So he has the pivot set the way he likes it. He has the pocket clip. If he doesn't, I don't know if he keeps that in his back pocket, if it just gets bent back out anyway, so that it doesn't seem to matter what he does with it. I'm not going to mess with it too much. It does have a little bit of side-to-side play. Not bad, but a little bit there when you're holding on the tip. Not so much when you're in here. but out here, you know, you can feel it. It does have really nice smooth action. I put some Daiwa Real Oil in it, and it's really nice. It runs on Teflon washers, and it's got very nice smooth action. But you could probably play with this pivot and get some of that side to side blade play out, but you probably would take away some of the nice action it has. It's not quite a free dropper, you know, like you see in like a lot of paramilitaries, but it's very smooth. It's got a very hydraulic feel to it, and again, that's probably more the Teflon in there that really kind of gives it that feel. Again, I'm not going to mess with the knife too much. I'm just going to give it back to him and let him keep it in or use it the way he likes. It's certainly for EDC functions, it's no big deal. I mean, it's not going to hurt the knife at all. Having a little bit of side to side blade play. It's very well centered, perfectly even, one would say. If I could quit focusing on the Cuban Corona box back there. There we go. It's got nice standoffs in the back. And Spyderco puts this lanyard tube here, and they do this in a lot of their knives that have standoffs. They do it in the Southern as well, and I took it out of the Southern. I think it clutters that up. I love the clean look of the standoffs. You can certainly have the hole there. You can just run the cord through. You don't really need that tube. So I think that's kind of an unnecessary element to that. But you can see my friend carries this knife and uses it. The G10's all nice and marked up. He had it on this side for a while. He actually carries a lefty. But he originally had it on this side for a while before he took it out and switched it to his left side. But you can see the G10 is got some pocket wear on it. This is one of his favorite knives, and it certainly sees a lot of pocket time, and it shows, and that's great. I think that's great. I did put like I said, a really nice edge on it, so hopefully he will get good service out of that. It's got good jimping back here on the spine. Again, back to the ergonomics, just fantastic. If you've never held one of these, even if you're not interested in buying one, if you get a chance, just put one in your hand, because it looks like it's not going to feel good, and it feels so much better than it looks. I guess when Alex Dinescu created this, he was trying to create a knife that his small son could carry without too much worry about sliding forward onto the blade. And you're certainly not going to on this. It's virtually impossible. That just locks into your hand and in your grip. Very nice. Even reverse grip's got a nice feel to it. And it just gives you a ton of blade in a really small package, and it's a pretty cool accomplishment. It's a really neat design. It's a novel design. It's not your average everyday knife. It's kind of quirky and kind of cool all at the same time. Anyway, take a look at them. See what you think. That's 1 all's 2 cents. Keep the change. Sláinte.